want to fight, you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living out of a goofy, entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Google it if you want to know more. Any day, any...
And you turned on Netflix that night. We were like, holy fuck, I'm about to see the greatest live sporting event of all time.
Dana White has officially announced Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate, and this is shaping up to be the asterisk fight fans have been waiting for. Unlike Jake's usual opponents, retired athletes, fading stars, or paycheck chasers, this time he's facing a real challenge. Andrew Tate isn't just in his physical prime. He's a skilled fighter with punches that land as hard psychologically as they do physically. This fight isn't just another carefully orchestrated Jake Paul spectacle. It's a genuine clash of two massive personalities, promising drama inside and outside the ring. Let's not forget, this fight carries a mission. Andrew Tate is stepping in determined to defend the legacy of legends like Mike Tyson while exposing Jake Paul as more PR gimmick than fighter. With hype-driven muscles and whispers of performance enhancements, Tate aims to prove Jake's rise is more spectacle than skill.
Conor McGregor you up. Don't worry about Floyd Mayweather you up. You only want to lose to them so you can say, well, I lost to Conor McGregor. Why don't you lose to an old man who's retired? I live in the real world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport.
Dana White revealed Andrew Tate's motivation for the fight. And it's not just business. This one's deeply personal.
You know, there's a lot of, Portnoy went out and said that it was the greatest con job of all time. I mean, if you didn't think that that's the way the fight, I don't know what people expect.
Andrew Tate isn't entering the ring for fame or fortune, though the $3 million prize doesn't hurt. For him, it's about vengeance, pride, and restoring honor to a sport Jake Paul has turned into his personal TikTok sideshow. After Jake's painfully awkward bout with Mike Tyson, which many dubbed a tragic comedy, Tate didn't mince words. He's stepping up to set the record straight and reclaim boxing's integrity.
Well, I'm trying so hard to not start internet beefs. I'm really trying not to.
You could say Jake and Logan, man.
Bro,
don't worry about it.
No, I can't lie. Bro, I'm going through life. I'm trying to live peaceful now. I've got Fed agents in my house. Matrix is after me. I'm just trying to live peaceful.
Tate didn't hold back, accusing Jake Paul of disrespecting not just Mike Tyson, but the sacred art of boxing itself. To Tate, that fight wasn't just underwhelming. It was an insult to every warrior who's bled, broken bones, or been knocked out chasing greatness.
You know, where his head's at in life in terms of what he wants to do.
Okay, well, you didn't answer the question. Do you have any interest in it?
I don't know. I mean, Andrew has messaged me over the past few days, and
let's not sugarcoat it. Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson was more theater than sport. At nearly 60 years old, Tyson hobbled into the ring with a knee brace and still managed to give Jake a serious challenge. But did Jake emerge humbled? Not even close. He strutted around like he just unified every championship belt, proclaiming himself boxing's ultimate showman. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Critics called the fight a farce, fans tore into him online, and even Tyson's loyal supporters felt their idol had been reduced to just another pawn in Jake's relentless clout chase. Enter Andrew Tate, stepping out of retirement like a true gladiator, ready to finish what Tyson couldn't, shut Jake Paul up for good.
Yeah, he'll never do that, though. He knows. He knows way.
One, he's under contract. And two,
he's not his own boss.
And two, he won't do it. He knows better.
Tate isn't one for subtlety. He never has been. He's made it clear that Jake Paul needs a serious reality check, and he's ready to deliver it. No Instagram-worthy press conferences or fake smiles here. Tate's putting $3 million of his own money on the line, winner takes all. For him, this fight isn't about a paycheck or a viral stunt. It's a statement, and he's determined to make it loud.
Do it. No, seriously.
I'm
Let's
about
do
the
it.
action. Like I'm less talk now. Like let's just fucking go.
Yo, but you know for a fact, me and Jake will travel to Romania. We will make this happen. We'll do it wherever you want, whatever conditions you want. 2 brothers, 1 cane.
A bold reminder that boxing is for real fighters, not one of influencers with inflated egos and suspect training. Tate backs his talk with credentials, a 4-time world champion, decades of grit, and a highlight reel that speaks volumes. And then there's Jake Paul, the walking embodiment of a modern boxing era no one asked for. Fresh off his escapade with Mike Tyson, Paul did what he does best, shrugged off criticism and doubled down on the theatrics. He dismissed the backlash as jealousy because, of course, anyone not worshiping Jake Paul must be bitter about his success, right? True to form, he couldn't resist stirring the pot, mocking Andrew Tate as a washed-up kickboxer, and even taking cheap shots at Carl Froch for good measure. This is Jake's playbook. Drag people into this circus, hurl insults, and ride the controversy all the way to the bank with a smug grin. Here's the twist. This time, Jake isn't just playing the villain. He's balancing on a razor-thin line between being the loudmouth thriving on controversy and a fighter desperate to prove he's more than just hype. A loss to Andrew Tate won't just dent his ego. It'll shatter the foundation of an empire built on carefully curated fights, viral stunts, and the illusion of invincibility.
Fighter, legitimate, badass motherfucker, strong mentality. Sorry, Tristan Tate is a weak link.
I say let's
He got a bad shoulder. He's shaped like a gingerbread man. I don't want no beef, but that's delusion.
PFO will set this up.
Uh-oh. A MMA
10
double tag
million,
team match.
10 million for everybody.
You might have.
We all know Dana White isn't just a promoter. He's the chess master of combat sports. And Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate. That's his latest checkmate. Word is, White had finally had enough of Jake's circus act. Years of influencer-driven boxing had turned serious fighters into memes, and White saw the chaos and thought, let's steer this shipwreck. Rather than rolling his eyes like the rest of us, he stepped in, crafted a compelling narrative, and voila, Jake Paul is now facing a man who isn't here for clout, but for blood. Enter Andrew Tate, a fighter with real credentials, enough disdain for Paul to light up the entire Vegas Strip, and the grit to back it all up.
Jake is actually quite a nice guy. I met Jake, and he's actually quite a nice guy. I wanted to jump back in there and teach him all a lesson. And there were some fights on the card, some big fights for me being organized in November.
White didn't sugarcoat it either, calling the fight the ultimate blend of skill, spectacle, and storytelling. A fancy way of saying this fight is going to be brutal, but you'll love every second. And when Dana White talks like that, you know he means business. This isn't just about throwing punches. It's about crafting a spectacle so massive that it'll drag combat sports out of the influencer-infested mud Jake Paul has been stomping around in. White's fingerprints are all over this, from brokering peace between the two camps. Because, of course, Jake's team likely wanted every advantage possible, to ensuring the fight rules didn't devolve into a TikTok challenge. Dana's involvement has turned what could have been a cringy social media spat into the fight everyone is talking about.
While you're next training, I know you're only 18 days away from the fight, but next time you're training and you want some sparring, fly to Romania and we'll spar and we'll film it and we'll decide if we want to release it or not afterwards. But I have no problem. We can have a sparring match anytime. That's easy,
let's
right?
do it. Let's do it, guys. I'm down for that, but we can't release it for free. That's like, it's like giving the people what they want.
Let's not pretend Dana White is here just for honor and glory. The man's a numbers guy. Jake's Tyson fight, yes, that disaster, still drew 65 million viewers and raked in over $18 million in ticket sales. While the fight may have been a train wreck for boxing purists, Dana saw the potential. He knows there's a gold mine in these influencer-driven bouts. But here's the catch. If it flops, it drags everyone's credibility down, including his own. So, true to form, Dana stacked the deck. Andrew Tate isn't just another name on a spreadsheet. He's a fighter who doesn't pull punches. inside or outside the ring. This time, it's for real.
Really dislike Jake Paul. Now, I don't dislike him, I understand him. I want to make something clear. I would still kick the living out of Jake Paul. I'm not some washed up UFC fighter. I'm not smaller than him. I would beat the living shit out of him. And if he wants to fight, I'll fight him any day of the week. I reckon he knows that. However, I do understand what he's doing. I understand that he is very, very smart, even with his marketing angle. I'm just a YouTuber. You're not just a YouTuber. You're a full-grown man with the best coaches in the world who's dedicated his life to learning how to box for years. You know how to box. You're not a complete amateur. You know how to box very well. 3, 4, 5 years of training combat sports. You can.
Andrew Tate, on the other hand, has made it his mission to call out Jake Paul for every misstep, inflated ego moment, and poorly choreographed win. For Tate, Jake's career is just a reality show with gloves. While Jake's fans are busy tweeting about his supposed impact on boxing, Tate is out here reminding everyone that real fighters don't pad their records with retired athletes and gimmick matches.